start now. All right.
Wow. There we go.
I am back
All right.
with a fucking video, finally. It's been a long time, besides the Twitch video I've been working on. But welcome to the podcast. This is not going to be season 1. This is season 2, bitches, because I'm back doing content again. And we got the amazing man here, the man who lost everything and is getting back up. He's the fuck my language. He's the Cinderella man, like Eminem likes to put it, of YouTube right now. Someone that I could consider a friend. He's pretty cool. Unsubscribe, formerly known as Fanboy Philosopher. Say hi to Mo.
Hey everybody. This is Israeli Fortniter 3624. I am the head of the largest Israeli Fortnite group, Fortnite for Israel.
Stop lying to the people.
You might remember me from Fortnite /PUBG Laugh Out Loud funny watch compilation number 308. It has like 500,000 views. Go check it out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun fucking hour or so. Now, not a lot of people know this man, and that's because he had 6.5 thousand.
I want to say 6.7. Yeah, about 6,700.
Yeah, before all the drama, because we love that YouTube drama happened, and he lost his fucking channel, and now he's down with me, except for he already surpassed me. So go fuck yourself. No, but seriously.
Yeah. I was my what's it called, channel is doing pretty good, but then it got tanked by am I
yeah, you can, dude. I'm gonna say this to you right now. I told you before on a stream that I do rap sometimes. I'm a rapist, yes. So
you're a rapist.
Yeah, and the first song of like the album I'm working on right now, I literally call him out. So you can say his name. I don't give a fuck because.
I wasn't talking about that. I was more just talking about like if I wanted to call him like.
Yes, you can insult him, dude. I'm perfectly fine with everything.
Okay, so basically, there's this like faggy SoundCloud rapper who. I criticized and I made fun of him because like I found out he deleted me in comments and he's awful. So I started making fun of him and he got like so butthurt about it that basically he's one of those people who just tries to like censor shit. So he got my channel taken down. But right now I'm trying to recover. I'm really hoping you heard about the Monkey Jones short film contest?
Yeah, I saw the video. It was pretty good. The abortion and the clowns.
Oh, yeah, I'll link Dr. Bozo's abortion.
I'll link all of that in the description, in the comments, because no one checks the description anymore. This is in 2010.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of hoping that maybe the short film contest, like if I can get featured again, that might help me out. I'm also going to be appearing on the next Soy Wars podcast on Monkey's channel, or I think it's the next one. We'll see about that.
Cool. So
yeah.
So this is how it works. I haven't told Tim how my podcast usually go because I don't just talk for a whole hour. That's gay. What we do is we find wonderful news stories throughout. Since we've been planning this for like almost 2 months. I've been just finding stories left and right as I go. AKA I forgot, and then just a whole 2 weeks I just looked for shit. Don't judge me. And we're gonna read them here. But first. What I'm going to do. First, I'm going to do my own little thing. The Are You Serious Twitch, where I'm basically going to rag on Twitch and all the Twitch thoughts and all those other fucking bitches. Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about Twitch because they're a piece of shit. So get ready for that in like the end of the month because I'm still writing the script. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, basically a little interview before we get into these news stories.
I'm totally down for that. You just... Fair warning, if you get me talking about myself, I can go for a while, so just cut me off whenever
I'll cut you out. So go from like your origins to like why you want to do YouTube, why you came up with the name, the former name, the new name, and all that, because I know some of the people on my channel probably never heard of you. So
like how did my YouTube channel start out and all that?
Yeah, just go from like the beginning to now, skipping the Kevin stuff because you already explained the Kevin stuff.
Yeah, no, I can take you back to the beginning. Okay, so like I've wanted to like make movies and be a director since I was like 7, but YouTube didn't really come to the picture until I was like 11ish, or like around 2009 is when I kind of really discovered YouTube. And at that point I was mostly just like in the Sonic fan community and like watching shit like
what are
Sonic
you, a fucking
shorts.
faggot?
I mean, yeah, when I was 11, yeah, no, I was a total. I was obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog. But anyway, so I was really involved with the like watching Sonic videos on YouTube, and that's kind of when I decided I wanted to make YouTube videos. So I started like I came up with a big plan. I was going to team up with all of my friends at the time. We were going to do like this big storyline and also just like a bunch of like wacky videos. And that's actually the first video I ever made was called Shadow's New Gun, and you can find it on my second channel because I just posted it as like a shit post, but it's something I made when I was 11. And watching it now, you would think it's something I made now, like ironically, but no, I really thought that I was being like some kind of clever genius. And what I would do is I would just like take like all of the pictures were made of
Tyson.
Yeah, no, I just had like the world's shittiest mic, and I would just like make pictures in paint. So I would just grab pictures of Sonic and then just like draw circles and teeth and a tongue over it, like they're talking, and then I would just like scream into the mic. So if you want to watch like all of the other ones I made will never surface, but the first one I made, Shadow's New Gun, you can check out on my second channel, Jedi Masturbates. But basically from 2009 all the way until 2016, I'd been wanting to start on the YouTube stuff. I had made plans and then they got scrapped. I had this one plan because at the time I had just found like Filthy Frank and as well as a few other YouTubers who did like the whole lore thing. So I came up with this big crazy storyline, and I decided I wanted to review stuff like the Nostalgia Critic, which I was a big fan of back in the day, not so much now. But so that kind of just like I wanted to do it, but I never got around to doing it until 2016 or like February or maybe December 2015. I can't remember when I started, but I got a new editing software, and I just started making that first video, the anime list, and from there I just kind of kept the channel going. Like I still had big plans for like this big lore thing, and I still have plans to this day. I'm sorry?
I said, aren't you working on that right now since you came back?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, the original storyline I had for the channel, I kind of came to a realization that I would never be able to pull it off. Like, it was just too like, big and, like, too much production value. And on top of that, I had, like, a big tone shift, which I'm going to have in this storyline, too. But the tone shift in my current one is going to be, like, a lot smaller. Like it'll be for like one video, and then it'll kind of go back to form, whereas in my original story it just like the whole story just turns really melodramatic and like something out of like a bad anime, like the love of my life got killed and shit like that. That's just kind of cheesy.
That's a Wolverine thing.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so my new storyline, I'm not going to spoil any of it, but I do think if I can pull it off, it's gonna be great. It's gonna, I think, blow even Filthy Frank's storyline out of the water, which isn't too hard since he never like finished it, or I don't know. I never read. He
technically finished it with the book, but that's a lazy way of.
Yeah, I would have. Like, I'm all for him ending it. I don't think he should be doing it forever, but I kind of would have loved like maybe like a 20-minute little movie. Concluding
yeah, a lot of people
everything.
said that too.
Yeah, like I don't think he could go on forever. I don't think he should be forced to do something he doesn't want to. But I just feel like if you're gonna build up a storyline for like 4 years, you kind of need to like deliver on it a little bit, or just kind of give it a more satisfying ending. But anyway, but yeah, no, I will say I've planted a few seeds. Sorry, I planted a few seeds for the storyline in my videos already, but you won't really notice any storyline until October. When October comes, there will be a few videos that'll kind of get it rolling. So, but beyond that, though, I mean, my channel was basically like I love telling my opinions on stuff and kind of share. Like I'm really talkative and very opinionated, so reviews were just kind of a great jumping point to get like crazy, offensive, edgy, and surreal comedy, and hone my craft with that, while also having a framework that's like the easiest thing in the world for me, which is giving my opinion on things.
Yeah. He's best known for he's best known for the Eminem reviews you started to do, the retrospectives. That got you a lot of views.
Best known. Yeah, sort of best known. Like my most viewed video was my moral oral video, which on my old channel had like almost
Yeah,
400,000 views.
yeah, I saw it.
But I would say like most consistently, like I think by the time my old channel got deleted, I think that every single one of the Slim Shady retrospective episodes were over 10,000. Um, Whereas my most viewed video on this new channel is like 2,000 because like shit.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I'm saying like
like
people most know you for the retrospectives because most of the people that are in your comments like Eminem, and I'm
yeah,
assuming that most of them saw the retrospectives and saw the edgy Lord, Frankie,
yeah.
filthy Frank shit, and it was like, oh, I like this guy, let me stay. So that's why I'm just saying like in
Yeah, I think a lot of my subs from the old channel actually came from the moral oral video. But I think my loyal fans came from the Eminem video because like the ones I currently have are all from the Eminem one. I think I
yeah
have
that was
probably
the
three people I've seen who I know came from the moral oral one.
yeah I saw that was the first video I watched, one of the in retrospectives. I was like, who's this fucking asshole? And I was like, oh, he's kind of funny, let me just watch the whole thing. I was like, well, that was mildly entertaining, let me subscribe to him, because you can't find fucking new talent or new creators on YouTube because they only push the fucking narrative that they serve. So yeah,
No, YouTube it's really hard to find like up and coming. It would be awesome if they implemented like a tag for like people under 10,000 who are kind of getting some attention or getting a lot of comments or like audience interaction with what they do have. I think that could be dope.
that was supposed to be the trending tab, and they never did that correctly because they're a bunch of fucking faggots.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, how else are you gonna advertise Jimmy Kimmel? But I will say, I think almost everybody I've talked to found me through my Encore video, which wasn't even the most viewed Slim Shady video, but it seems like everybody, all of the people in my fan base who I've talked to, all of them came from that one. But I don't know. Like, I would have to say, I think the Slim Shady show might be my favorite out of the retrospective, though. Either that or the Eminem show, or maybe 8 Mile.
I don't have like a specific favorite.
Everybody says their favorite is Encore, but the thing is, what bothered me about my Encore video is that the audio was fucked up on it because I recorded it once. I recorded it once and I accidentally recorded it on my computer audio and not my mic audio, and so I recorded it another time and it switched it again, like it fucked up again.
Yeah, no, you said like near the end of the video, right?
Or I think I put it at the beginning. Normally, if there's like a glaring problem, like in that revival video I did, it's only playing out of one ear because I didn't understand the.
Oh yeah, thanks a lot. I only have one fucking speaker, and I literally had to fucking be like, "What the fuck is he saying?" With his fucking drunk tyrant. Like I couldn't understand half the words you're speaking. I'm like, did this man fucking was drunk when he edited this too, and that's why it's only in one fucking speaker? What kind of asshole fucking uploads this type of shit? And I realized, it's a mistake, whatever.
I think it's my most hated video, but that was kind of on purpose a little bit. But because the whole video, or not the whole video, but a lot of the video was just me kind of poking the bear a little bit. But you want to know,
and that started the Kevin stuff, by the way. Just to point that out.
That and the revival comments. It was like the two cancers of my channel both stem from that video. But you want to reveal a little secret on here that I haven't really said anywhere else, and I probably won't.
Okay, then this is an exclusive thing. You gotta tag this. You gotta show this to all your viewers then, if they want to know the secret. Then
so the secret is that I was actually not drunk in that video. The stuff in that bottle was actually expired Pepsi.
I knew it. I fucking knew you wasn't drunk because drunk people aren't that fucking animated.
Like literate.
They're not that animated. I know because most of my family drinks. I mean, I'm straight edge, so I don't drink.
Well,
but
I will actually say I'm pretty active when I do drink. But
no, but that seemed like a little bit too like animated. Most drunk people aren't that animated the way how you did it. That's why I knew.
Not to mention, like I did it at my school in a sound booth, and they had like prop like beer bottles. So like I think somebody in the comment pointed out like that beer bottle looks like it's from like 2002. It's like it probably was. I cleaned it out and then put some like old expired Pepsi in it, and it was nasty. But it kind of helped though with the drinking illusion because like it was hard to swallow. That's like the whole video. I recorded myself for like 2 hours and then condensed it down to 20 minutes. Like my whole recording was just me rambling. Like it was
non-coherent fucking ramblings of an insane man with the occasional fucking good luck advice in there, essentially.
Yeah, no, and I do stand by a few of the points. Like the thing is, I briefly said it a few times in my group chat, but I will say
he has on Kick and not on Discord because he's a fucking little child.
Like, here's the thing, I like Discord confuses me, and I like Kick's interface. The thing is,
man,
say what you will. Like, Kick and Tumblr have like the worst communities in the world, but I will defend both of their interfaces. They're really easy and nice to use.
Man, I've been using this for a while. Let me make your Discord. That I give you all the rights.
Actually, I need to start advertising it. But somebody made an unsubscribed fan server. I think it has 2 members. I think the person who made it sent it. I think the person who made it sent it to me.
He fucking dropped. That is so funny. Hold up. I'm leaving all that shit in, by the way. That was priceless.
Did I just disconnect?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Like I said, Discord confuses me. Like I was looking at the other server and then it kicked me off of this one. Fuck. But yeah, no. Once I
Tim is an old man. Confirm. He doesn't know this new king. Go back to Skype, old man.
I'm still waiting for my MySpace account to get verified.
What's fucking your top 10 friends of the week?
Yeah. No. At least I'll always have Tom, right?
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take Tom over Jack. From Twitter. Didn't Tom from MySpace get into some big trouble or something?
I don't know because I do not pay attention to MySpace.
Let me look that up real quick.
Jack did do something somewhat good though this week with the Alex Jones thing.
Jones. Yeah, I was really surprised with that because Jack from Twitter is normally a huge cunt, but no, I was pretty happy with that. That was I mean, he's probably gonna change his opinion on that because he's gonna get a lot of shit.
He already has got a lot of shit though.
Yeah, if he hasn't, if he doesn't conform to it, more power to him. But or not more power to him, but I don't know. Twitter's just kind of a mess, but Twitter is fine if you don't have a big following on it.
Oh,
because I say a lot of outrageous shit and then I don't get banned.
By the way, I think you and a couple other people know, but my old Twitter got fucking locked because I tried to switch my birthday year to the actual year because before then, when I made the account, I think I was 12 because that's why I made Bash Money 100 Gaming because I used to go by Bash Money 100 and not the Outcast. Yeah. So that Twitter got locked, and then I think a month later, okay, make an appeal, and then we'll get to you. We'll see if we can resurrect your fucking account. Since then, I've been using this new account. And I only have 13 fucking followers, and the other one I had 100 and something. Granted, some of those people that was following me were bots and shit, but I still had 100 and something fucking followers, and I only have 13, and I'm sad, and I just want to burn the world alive because that's not fair.
Dude, you do not understand how much I vibe to that because I'm still I'm probably, hold on, let me count this, 500 to 6,000, 5 over 60. I don't know how to. I don't know.
He doesn't know how to do math, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I haven't done math since my junior year. I didn't have to take a math for my senior year, and I didn't have to take math at all for my whole college education. I had to take science.
Already, or you're almost done?
Almost. I have to do an internship, and then after that, I'm graduated. But I'm just getting an associate's because it's a video technology degree, and which is basically like filmmaking. And in filmmaking, it doesn't really matter if you have a degree or not. It's more matters what you've done, who knows you, and who you know.
That's kind of everything, though. It's like you can't really get a job nowadays unless you know someone.
Well, I mean, if you're being a doctor, you kind of have to go through the whole.
No, I mean like generally, like not high paying, like serious jobs. More like the stuff that the plebs like us have to get.
True, but filmmaking can be high price. It just all depends on who likes you. Which I'm probably not doing myself any favors by sharing politics on Twitter, but like my thing is like, I don't know. I'd rather just be myself and do it that way, Yeah. Obviously, it's gonna get me in trouble, but I mean, you look at somebody like Eminem is a great example. Eminem is a great example of like, dude, he said some fucked up shit, but like he was on top of the world. I'd be fine with that. I'm fine with people hating me. I just want to be like, it's not even like I want success. I just want to be able to do what I want to do. Like I have so many movies, TV shows, big epic storytelling things, #epic. Like I have all this shit that I want to do. But so it's like, it's not the money, it's not the fame, it's not the success.
You just want to do something that makes you happy and possibly make other people happy.
I just want to get like all of the ideas that are in my head and get it out and made. Like that's my goal.
You want to see it come to fruition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I do like the small bit of fame,
the attention,
experience,
the fame whoring.
I don't want to be like fucking like Kanye West level or anything like
that.
No,
you don't want to be you don't want to be a rice gum. You don't want to be a rice gum, a faggot who fucking flaunts money, buys fucking hookers off the street to fucking prints their little fucking stank ass fucking gorilla press pussies everywhere, and then fucking potentially be a fucking gay lord who actually sucks dick.
As far as like fame, I'd be satisfied with just like the monkey level where you have a modest size fan base. Like, I don't really want to get that much attention of people outside of people who watch my stuff.
I mean, the one thing that was good about the losing all your subscribers and shit is that when you came back, you have a loyal fan base. Because if you didn't have that core, because every YouTuber needs a core audience that that dies for them. Because if they don't have that, then they essentially don't have nothing. You can have 1 million subscribers, but if that goes down and you make a new one, you could just be shit out of luck. Like you have a good amount of people that still
I do 100%
subscribe.
Agree with that. I 100% agree with
like
that.
Before my other Twitter got locked, I promoted your new YouTube because I was trying to look for one of your videos one day. That day, I was like, "What the fuck? Where is it?" And then I found out that you got deleted. I was like,
"Yeah,
what the fuck happened?"
BTFO'd. But yeah, no, the fucking no, it's like the Kevin situation sucks, right? But I like, even though my audience is like probably 10% or less than 10% of what it was, even though it's that, I will say that there's a sense of loyalty to my fan base that was not there before the Kevin situation. Like if you go read the comments on the Fall of KevinBo202 video, like those people have my back, but more so like they're there for the long run,
Yeah.
And that's fucking cool. Like I really, really appreciate all of those people who, especially the people who helped me out directly, like people like Untitled Doc, who I literally just found him because he left a fan fiction on our comment section for a video I did. And now he and I are working on a mixtape, and we're chatting all the time. He's helped me with the song. It's like, and a lot of other people. I
still want to be a part of that if you have room, because
well, as far as the mixtape, like my thing is, as far as music goes, if anybody wants me to guest star on their shit or do a guest verse, hit me up. But as far as the mixtape itself, like I said, it's the name of the mixtape is 8 tracks, and I'm keeping it down to 8 tracks. But I very specifically want to make them like.
Yeah, it's a passion thing you told me before, right?
Yeah, but more so than that, it's like, I want to keep this one a little close to the chest, since like if I was doing like a bunch of tracks, I'd probably be more willing to just like bring people on left and right. But like since it's like such a small number, I really want to make sure every single one is exactly how I want it.
Well, that's the case. I have an opening for you on my fucking album, because I have this one opening that I had to remove this other person because they went to the army and they're doing this thing and they're doing cool, but they can't do shit because they're in training. So I had to find someone else. I emailed this one person. I didn't get a response back, and I DM'd them on fucking Instagram. No response. So I said, okay, fuck you, cunt. So now I gotta find someone else. So things.
Yeah, I do want to shout out for that short film I just did. Toon Catastrophe is the guy who did the instrumental for that, and I kind of messed it up because like literally I was last minute with that short film as far as turning it in. So sorry, I messed up the edit a little bit for because like the thing is I think I'm actually pretty decent at writing music, like writing lyrics and stuff, and even getting like good melodies going. But
it's delivery.
My problem, delivery. Like my three things are delivery, mic quality, and mixing. But like the thing is, delivery just needs practice, right?
Yeah.
Mic quality, I actually just got some good mics in. I just haven't figured them out yet. But the thing that like is mixing. I need somebody who can mix them. The problem is for the Kevin track, Untitled Doc went out of town before it was finished because he had a like trip to like Italy or something like that. So
I have a friend who went to college for music mixing or like music engineering.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does money. Like you have to pay him. I'm not sure. I'll contact him if you really want me to. But he's really good. He's been doing music for a pretty long time.
I might take you up on that for like one or two of the 8-tracks songs, but like I said, for the 3 songs I've done, the Kevin one, the Kung Fu Panda one, and then the Abortion Clown one, all 3 of those were like mixed by me. And like the thing is, I know very little about mixing. Like everything I know about mixing is involved with just audio editing for like videos. So, and I'm not doing it in like an audio program. I'm doing it in my editing program. So it's very crude.
You don't use Audacity?
I have Audacity, but I don't really understand it very well. I tried to learn they taught me Pro Tools at college, but my audio professor was like a complete cunt who had no idea what she was doing, and one of the TAs actually quit because she was teaching something wrong, and then the TA corrected her, and then after class she took the TA aside and yelled at her for correcting her, and the TA was like, so you just want to teach the students wrong? And she was like, yeah. And like I'm good friends with the TAs, so like I don't trust a damn thing she taught us, like the entire audio class. But yeah, no. So I kind of got botched with a shitty audio class.
You should probably just let me teach you everything. Just YouTube. No.
I will say I had to open up Audacity because I do have it. I opened it up so I could do the voice pitch for the baby in that short film.
Yeah.
Because normally I have Grim Shady do it. Because he has Audacity and he knows how to use it. Normally I just send it to him, but he was busy, so I figured out how to do that. I'm sure I could figure out Audacity if I need to use it, but the thing is, I haven't really been, except for the songs where like the thing is with the songs, it's like I can either use this better program that I don't know how to use, or I can use the less good program that I do know how to use, but either way I have a time crunch, so it's like neither one is going to work all that well, you know?
Well, you have me on I was supposed to say Instagram. You have me on fucking Discord. You can always hit me up. I basically don't do shit at all. I just sit in my room all day and just fucking. It's funny. I sit in my room all day, but I'm not fat, and I just don't do shit. But just play video games and just work on videos and shit like that.
No, I get you. I appreciate any and all help. Like the thing is, I'm hoping I'll start dropping tracks next January.
Yeah.
Because like as far as writing goes, I have all of my part of the writing done for the mixtape, except I cut out one of the songs because I kind of came to a realization that it was bad. So I need to like replace it. So I'm still trying to figure out how I want to replace it. Like it was a song about heartbreak, and it was kind of like
love a love song, of course.
Yeah. But the problem is, I kind of started writing it back when I was just graduating high school and like my high school crush, right? But the problem is I haven't thought about her since like in like a year and a half.
So now you're like over it, and there's no point of like actually having a song because that's not how you feel at the moment, and that's not gonna really.
More than that, it also just wasn't good because like I mean everybody gets those feelings though, like the heart. Like I still like the thing is I want to replace it with a song either probably not about heartbreak, but kind of a song that conveys
Bitches ain't
loneliness.
Shit. Oh, never mind.
Not so much bitches ain't shit. I'm actually hopping on one of Untitled Doc's songs for like a bitches ain't shit sort of thing. No, I wanted to tackle a song that was kind of just exploring loneliness.
So like what's that Pink guy song? Help.
Well, not quite,
not depressing,
like,
obviously, but.
Well, no, not quite like funny.
I don't know. That thing wasn't funny to me. That was just like straight just depression in a fucking song.
Dude, when I first heard "Help," I fucking laughed my ass off.
No, it's funny, but like I just feel like so many depressed people are gonna listen to this and kill themselves. I can already tell.
This is probably a little. I don't know if I should be talking about this, but screw it. I'm just gonna go ahead. So there was a YouTuber who I followed, who I kind of need to check back up on her because I haven't seen her, watched her stuff in a while. But it was this YouTuber called Lestachette. I actually made a video about her on my channel. That's one of the cringiest things I've ever done, but it was intentionally like that. Like it was intentionally like try hard and cringy, but yeah. It's still one of the fucking worst things I ever made for the channel. But she was this YouTuber who got shouted out by Pyrocynical, and then kind of had a short little run. And I think she's come back to YouTube. But the thing is, she's like super depressed. And she kind of is always going back and forth on her Twitter between, like, I think she has bipolar or something. But the thing is, she the day Pink season came out, she actually
tried to commit suicide.
I think she tried to commit suicide. It was kind of unclear. I don't remember specifically, but I think there was at least a scare where like all of her friends were concerned about her and like they were like, you know, trying to like find out where she lives so they could call the police. And it was like some kind of scare or something. I don't remember specifically what happened, but like kind of after the fact, because I was kind of worried about her because I was a fan of her, and it was like you don't want to see somebody you know enjoy, you know, going through something like that. But after the fact, like way after the fact, I was listening to Pink Season and Help came on, and I'm just like, shit, this better not have caused that shit.
That would have been ironic.
It would have been #epic ironic. But no, so speaking of Help though by Pink Guy, you ever listen to Bullet by Hollywood Undead?
No, I've only listened to like one Hollywood Undead song by accident, and I was like, okay, it's pretty good. But I've listened to like, I think I listened to like a couple other songs. I'm like, it kind of like, it sort of gives me the reminiscent of Limp Bizkit, only not as like dumb or not as like fucking violent, you know.
Well, here's the thing: Hollywood Undead is rap rock, but
yeah, I know.
I argue that they are the only good rap rock band, and I will also ruin my credibility and say that they're my favorite band.
What about Righty Forward?
Yeah, but like, no, they are very much an acquired taste, though. I get why some people would not like them, but they've basically been all I've listened. Like, they've ruined my music taste because I just want more of it. Like, I love rap rock when it's done right, but it's never done right. So, like, I always just, like, I've gotten to even listening to songs from them I don't like just because I need more of it. Oh. Like, I love their style. But anyway, going back to Bullet, it was a song on their second album, and their second album was very heavy, lots of rock influence on there. But then just later in the album, you just get this song starting out with like whistles and like this cheery little, like, you know, do 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 do. It's like this really cheery song, but the song is about suicide, and like the lyrics are like, my legs are dangling off the edge.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of?
Yeah, what's
Smack Norris World 2007. They had a song. It was like da 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 da, and it's basically talking about like wanting to die. And I never before when I was a kid, that would be my theme song for my Hold up, I gotta look it up on YouTube because like that just reminded me of that song. It's like it's really good because like if you listen to it without listening to the lyrics, you would never think that it's about killing yourself. About someone wanting to kill themselves.
Well, I mean, the thing is with both Help and Bullet, it's very explicit. Like, the hook has, like, like there's lines like
oh, it's called "Forgive Me," but I forgot the artist.
My mom called
Versus the World. There we go.
She's calling the cops, and like the song is very clearly about suicide, but it's like really upbeat. So what I'm saying is, I think that's the
song.
I think that Help kind of ripped it off a little bit. Not ripped it off in a bad way, but like more of an inspiration. Oh, that is loud.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's my headphone. This is giving me some some pop punk vibes. I like that. It's interesting. I'll check it out more in detail after the podcast, but I don't want just long gaps of silence in there.
But before we get to the news portion of this that I've conjured up, I have to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever get the chance to listen to any Childish Gambino songs that I mentioned on the live stream?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I've really only listened to the three big ones: Bonfire, This Is America, and I really like Redbone.
Oh no.
I really like Redbone. Redbone is the only one I snatched up because I really dig. The thing is, I actually didn't really listen to Redbone when it was a meme. I kept seeing it in my recommended, but I just didn't care. But then when I finally got around to listening to it, it's my fucking jam now, dude. I fucking love that shit.
I mean, personally, if you're gonna listen to Childish Gambino, I would skip Sick Boy and Point Dexter because he sounds like a nerd, aka he sounds like he has a cold. I would just go straight from I'm just a rapper to now because that's what he is from then to now.
Isn't the album that made him blow up called This Is the Internet or something?
No. The album that made him blow up initially was Camp, but the album that made him into mainstream, more people in the mainstream knew about him, was because of the internet.
Ah, okay.
And that's because they had pretty good bangers on there.
Oh, I also heard 3005.
Yeah, no matter what you say, my favorite track on there that album is The Worst Guys. The beat is really nice. It has this little beachy sort of calm feeling, and the rap is pretty good. Yeah, no,
the thing is, I'm really fucking bad with listening to artists and shit. I find what I like, but it's really it's a chore for me to listen to an album that I'm not excited to listen to. So I get recommended all of these things by both people in my audience and just friends, and I never get to them. I just got around to listening to Kids See Ghosts, and I
didn't listen to it because I'm not really into,
I will say The Fourth Dimension is great. I love that song. And I like the opening track. I like the I guess you could call it the hook, but it's just the repeating of the same phrase, "Can't you feel the love?" I like that shit. I like the beats on it, but the thing is, I was expecting it to be a lot more lyrical, but it really was not a lyrical album. It was pretty much all in the production, which the production was really good. But
Kanye's always good on production.
Huh?
I say Kanye's always good with production. He always makes good beats.
No, Kanye is fantastic with production. But
I don't give a shit what no one says.
Because everybody was saying this album is a 10 out of 10, but it was really lyrically weak, I think, for the most part, with the exception of Fourth Dimension. But that's just a theory.
All right, so you ready to get into this news?
Going back to that song you sent, the WWE one,
yeah,
Raw. I feel like there should be a genre of music called bionicle commercial music. It just sounds like it would go in a 2003 bionicle commercial.
Oh no, I don't want my internet to die. I can't click on shit. Yep, do it.
Oh shit, did I lose you? Oh no.
Hold up. I'm coming back.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Everything's dead. Disconnect. There we go. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's me. That's my internet when it fucking does that. That's what I was saying. That's the thing that I didn't want to happen.
It's alright, man.
But the first tab we're going to.
Did you hear?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Because usually when my internet goes out, I can hear you, but you can't hear me. So anything you'll say to me, I can hear it, but I can't respond.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, but you ready for this news I got on my plate that we're gonna share together?
Yeah. Let's.
Do you want me to see the articles or nah? You good?
Yeah. I'll take a look at it.
Because I'm gonna be reading them. So.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm really excited.
Okay. The title: 8-year-old dies after allegedly mistaking dad's crystal meth for breakfast cereal. And since I'm black, I'm happy this is a white kid. And I don't give a shit what no one says, because this sounds like a black thing.
Frosted Flake. Well, no, isn't meth a white drug and then crack is the black drug?
I'm gonna move on before words. Now joking. Okay. Prosecutors are hoping to put a man in prison for 50 years after his young son died from accidentally ingesting crystal meth. Curtis Coleman, midget? Oh no, fuck it. Curtis.
Oh, shit.
Huh?
He fucking died. Okay.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh fuck. Okay, sorry, I missed the died part.
Curtis is charged with death of his child. Curtis Jr. In addition to charges for porting a firearm, thief, and failure to register as a sex offender. This is not helping at all. On June 21st, investigators said the second grader started eating what he thought was breakfast cereal on a plate after telling his father he was hungry. Instead,
this has to be like Florida, right?
No, this is Indiana.
Oh, okay. This sounds like something from Florida.
Okay. Police said the boy was eating crystal meth. By the time he was done, Curtis has consumed 180 times the lethal what?
Oh my god! You think after one taste he would have been like, "Hey, this is gross."
He's like, "This is like pretty good sugar, man."
Wait. How does meth taste?
I don't know. I'm never gonna find out.
Okay.
It's just your worst nightmare as a parent. If
you want to be a square.
Shut the fuck! I'm gonna be straight up for life, boy. Get the fuck out of my face. Jackson County Sheriff Deputy Prosecutor Jeffrey Cliff. What's with these backwards fucking last names? Clifford said the boy's father is.
How is Clifford a weird name?
No, it's not Clifford. It's pronounced something else, and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I say Clifford, the big red dog. The boy's father is suspected of threatening a female friend at gunpoint when she tried to call 911 for help. Prosecutors said he even stopped his own parents from getting any help for the boy. We're gonna discuss this after I finish reading. Who was having seizures and pulsating. An 8-year-old child more than likely suffered for many hours. Detective Tom Barker, see, I can pronounce that, said it upsets you. Investigators said that the elder Coleman's previous record includes charges of trafficking and sexual misconduct with a minor. He was also arrested once for a high-speed chase. Coleman seeks to have his bond reduced so he can await trial at home. Prosecutors said they're fighting to keep him behind bars.
That's fucked up, bro.
Now, see, I was all for this man. Be like, okay, your son accidentally ate some drugs that you left out on the kitchen table. I have heard worse. I have heard of a man going to jail because he had over 500 videos and pictures of minors having sex with each other at the age of 3. I have heard a lot worse on this fucking podcast looking for very disturbing shit. But then once I heard the sexual misconduct, once I heard you have a sexual fucking misconduct with a goddamn minor, which automatically makes me think that you fucking raped a fucking 6-year-old. I have nothing to say. What is with these fucking parents? One fucking news story I hear, the kid had just fucking picked up a fucking rifle and shot his fucking his fucking brother, and that fucking kid died, and the other one was gonna go to the fucking foster home. And I hear a fucking 8-year-old just goddamn fucking eating fucking meth like he was fucking Frosted Flakes up in this pitch because they're great. And now a fucking kid is dead and some fucking asshole is gonna get bond possibly because he doesn't know the difference between fucking hiding your meth and hiding your bitch. It's so fucking stupid. Oh.
What?
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
You know what? Yeah, not to discount how tragic this is, but you know what Saturday morning cartoon the kid was probably watching?
I don't want you to say it, but just say it.
We are the crystal meth. Will always be on your plate.
I swear to God. But what's your opinion on this piece, though?
You can't see it because you're listening to a podcast, but they're showing a picture of this guy, and apparently,
I don't know what the guy looks like because the video isn't here.
Indiana. Well, no, apparently they switched their prison uniforms to pink, and I can only imagine that was just to like kind of add insult to injury.
No. You know why they switched to the pink?
Why?
So then other men can get raped easier because the effeminate colors. See, I'm black. I know what's up in the streets. Not really, because people call me a coon. Besides the point. But I know that they did that just for more rape. Just to be like, hey, you want to go to jail? That's fine. But here's this pink outfit that's going to make you fucking look like a sexual fucking dessert. You know what I mean? It's just awful.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know if wearing pink makes you more attractive or not to like a gay, thirsty prison inmate.
Nah. See, here's the thing.
I would even say that most prison inmates aren't even gay.
Yeah, they just it's like, no, here's the thing. In prison, if you fuck another man, you're not gay. It's because in prison, you don't see females at all. That's how it works. If you fuck another man, you're not gay in prison. If you do it in prison, you're not gay. Because obviously you're going to be there for a long time, and people got needs, so they're going to fuck each other in the ass. That's usually how it goes. That's how it works in jail.
I suppose. I don't know. I will say, like, obviously, like, when I hear sexual misconduct with a minor, I think, I'm pretty sure they're talking about molestation, not rape, because I think that would be, one, that would be classified as different. Two, he would be in jail for life, or he would still be in jail. That being said, is obviously still disgusting. I just want to kind of counteract your point by saying I'm pretty sure that letting your kid eat meth and then not taking him to the hospital is probably just as bad. I think that's fair to say that both are just kind of awful altogether.
I mean, this whole situation's messed up. When I usually see this, I just take my fucking illiterate opinion and just go on an angry tirade. I have no fucking clear guidance of what I'm saying.
Holy shit. So they have a video on the site, and in the description it says that the kid was convulsing and having seizures for hours. I read that. For hours.
Were you not paying attention to me? I was reading that.
I'm dyslexic.
At least we know. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Audio dyslexic.
Alright, so I'm sending the next story to you.
Okay, let's see. Is it going to be worse or...
Mother ODs gives birth in Ohio Burger King bathroom. Well, you know, if one kid, every fucking podcast I do is a child dying or something happening with a child. It's nothing good. I remember one of the podcasts I mentioned that there was this 35-year-old teacher fucking a 16-year-old mentally handicapped 16-year-old in a parking lot of a restaurant in her car because she was lonely and she was married. And I was I'm like, how can you take advantage of like okay, here's the thing. I don't give a shit if you fuck a 16 or 18 I don't fucking care, okay? Because worst comes to worst, if we're gonna be honest, if there wasn't any morals or any rules saying that teachers can't fuck students, teachers would fuck students more than you think. Yeah. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Now, wait, what age did you say the person was?
I think the kid was like 16, and he was in special ed, and she was like 35. I know she was in her mid-30s.
I get the whole teacher abuse of power, but like in Texas, for instance, the age of consent is actually 17. I think there's like 2 states that are at 16.
In the United States.
So like obviously that's fucked up because it's like you with teachers you have like the abuse of power thing. But I will say that, like, if you want to get my blood boiling, you got to go a little lower. Like, obviously, it's fucked up, but, you know, I think that, like, I think if you're looking for, like, the real fucked up shit,
if you want to hear something really bad, like, a girl, I think, like, I don't know if she's mentally handicapped or not. Mm-hmm. And the way how I said that made me sound mentally handicapped. Anyway, this girl, she got gang raped in Brooklyn. She got gang raped in her school, and then she got suspended for telling the principal.
Oh fuck! I heard that.
Yeah, and I was like going off. I was like, what kind of fucking degenerate are you that you just fucking, oh, I don't want to look bad and I don't want a case, so let me give myself a case off the bat by suspending a woman who just got raped? Are you fucking retarded? Are you actually... Does your dick have herpes? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I will say I would want to look into that just because I feel like that headline is just so sensationalized. I feel like they're leaving something out of the story. If they aren't, obviously that's
I read
up,
I read it and then I read other stories just to make sure it's not like this girl was like, you know, like, oh, someone raped me, and you know, it's not that type of thing. Like, this was legitimate.
Like, there might be a case for that, but I mean, like, yeah, it really just kind of depends on. But like I said, it really just kind of makes.
Let me get to this story. Mother ODs, gives birth in Ohio Burger King bathroom. Okay, here we go.
Wait, can I give a little intro into that?
I was about to read it.
Oh, well, I just want to say, number 15, Burger King birth fetus. Okay, go ahead.
That sounds like a good fucking tasty burger. All right, a horrible scene unfold at. What's with these goddamn shitty names you come up with at Ohio Burger King? Yeah. Chillicothe, Ohio. Thank you so much, Mr. Timo.
I'm gonna look this up on Google pronunciations.
Burger King last Friday. Chili Dog, Ohio police were called at the fast food restaurant after an intoxicated woman came into the restaurant. Police and fire respond to... Police and fire... Don't you be fire department? I'm gonna say fire department because these people can't type for shit. Yeah. Police and police in the fire department responded to the scene and found a 26. Oh, she's 26. That makes it even more sad. Year old Zachary Faye passed out behind the wheel of a running vehicle in the parking lot. Officers were able to wake up Faye, who they describe having a slurred speech and kept nodding off. Medics made their way inside and found 26-year-old Elizabeth Sanders was found in the bathroom stall sitting in the toilet with a suspected ball of heroin next to her on the ground. She told paramedics she thought she had a miscarriage, but medics saw a baby lying face up in the toilet. How would that... that would actually... Actually, I'm going to take a pause for a second. Mm-hmm. How cool... Like, excluding all the meth and the drug stuff... How cool would it to be like, I was born in a toilet? Like, that you would get automatically sympathy points right off the bat. Like, I think if you were a guy and you said that, a woman would fuck you. I don't know, but that's so much street cred right there.
Do you ever watch Lasagna Cat?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a YouTube series, and the end of it kind of reminds me of this.
All right, let me finish this. When they removed the baby, paramedics realized the baby was breathing. It was taken to an ambulance for treatment. The baby is still being treated at the hospital and expected to be okay. Sanders was treated and then arrested on a warrant release of alleged theft. Police is still mulling over possible felony child endangerment charges of Sanders. I mean, it'll be before the endangerment, so yeah, you could technically do that. Faye was charged with operating a vehicle while being impaired and possession of drug. I'm not pronouncing that.
Drug paraphernalia.
I hate it when people fucking know words that I fucking don't on this podcast. There's so many times that's happened.
I looked it up, and it's called Chillicothe.
Chillicothe,
Ohio.
I'm just gonna call it Chili Dog, Ohio. Yeah. Fuck it, I don't care. Now, this is more funny than sad, only because of the fact that I would love to be at that Burger King and be like, there's so many, like I would adopt that baby just to be like, I have the baby that got fucking birthed into the toilet.
I don't know. Maybe they can't hear me at all. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
I don't know a damn thing. All I know is I don't hear the other guy.
Oh, great. My internet went out again. Fuck! I hate my internet. I knew I should have fucking...
Oh my god. Hi.
I knew I should have fucking went and reset my router before I fucking did this. But I'm an idiot.
Dude, routers are a piece of shit.
Because I don't have my, I'm not using an Ethernet cord. I have a Wi-Fi. And this is fucking retarded. But what I was trying to say, I forgot. Oh yeah, I said I would love to be in that Burger King because immediately, as soon as I found out that baby was alive, I would adopt that baby. Just be like, my kid was birthed in a fucking Burger King toilet. Just to say worst. That. Like, it sounds bad. Like, it sounds... kind of toilet. It sounds bad, but...
Why couldn't you have been... Why couldn't she have given birth to him in a Buc-ee's toilet? Like, those bathrooms are fucking nice.
I've never been to that restaurant. Is that only in Texas?
It's a gas station, but
I've never heard of that.
Like, here's the thing. Buc-ee's are amazing, and their entire business started when the owner was like, if you make a gas station with clean bathrooms, people will come. So you go there, their bathrooms are like fucking, like, luxury hotels. Like, they're the nicest goddamn bathrooms I've ever seen, but it's a gas station. And it's great. They got good food there too. Go to Buc-ee's. This podcast is sponsored by
No, we can't say that. We're gonna be like PewDiePie and get a fucking hit piece wrote about how we fucking try to fake a goddamn sponsorship. I ain't going down that road, boy. Especially since,
here's the thing. I'm already gonna get hit pieces on me, so I'm kind of just going along for the ride right now.
Okay, I kept putting L's just to make sure my internet doesn't die. All right, okay. So we're gonna move on to the next.
Do you think that the woman just kind of like was so high that she thought that she was taking a shit?
No, she said she thought she had a miscarriage.
Oh.
And it turns out, no, he was just shitting out a baby.
Shitting out a baby.
Okay, so I got this next one here. In the side of the fucking news, I see one of the other news stories that says, dumped pit bull dies from physical sexual abuse just 2 weeks after adoption. I really want to read that one, and I'm probably going to read it because that sounds just awful.
That has to be from Florida. That has to be.
Let me check right now before I read this other one.
Oh, I see it. Let me open it up too. All right, dude, if it's from Florida, Los Angeles, damn it.
Yeah, that sounds like Los Angeles, to be honest.
I don't know if I want to read I don't know if I want to read the pit bull gets raped one.
I'm gonna read it obviously, but we're gonna do that. That's a new one. That's like one of the only times I've actually found one on the spot. All right, here's this one. NKC school district.
New elementary schools.
Yep. Okay, let me read this.
Wait,
how long is this?
Go out again?
Damn it!
God damn it!
Fucking hate this internet. Fucking optimum. Fucking connection piece of shit. It's just so fucking annoying.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I fucking hate. See, this is why I should have reset it. But fuck it, I'm gonna keep it going. This podcast is gonna be the internet cutting off edition. I don't fucking care. Okay. The North Kansas City School District is taking a different approach to restrooms in its new school. Students attending Rising Hill and Northview Elementary School this fall will use individual stalls and gender neutral spaces instead. Schools have... I'm not reading all that fucking quote. I'm too lazy. The district will add gender neutral facilities at its Northland Innovation Center 3 years ago, or it did add, or whatever. It was so successful that the district decided all new construction would include the open concept. This concept is beneficial to all students. Okay. It forwards for great privacy, security, and safety for all students. Now, I'm going to say this after I finish the rest of this. Oh, no, it's way too fucking long, so I'm not going to finish the rest of this. They're just explaining more like... Okay, let me just read this part. The lock stalls have walls and doors that run from the ceiling to the floor. The only interaction students will have in the space is when they're washing hands. Okay, so basically it's supposed to be a new way to... Because I'm too lazy to read the whole thing because it's too goddamn long and I fucking forgot to look at it the whole thing.
No, paraphrasing is your friend on the podcast.
Yeah, so fucking... I don't understand... Like, okay, so this is elementary school, right? So this can work for elementary school. Because children at the age of like 10 and down, unless they're stupid and they live till like they're 12 or something, they don't inherently understand like they don't inherently start liking each other. They're not gonna like make fun of it. Like it's not. There's not gonna be any problems essentially, right?
Here's the thing. I have like a few mixed feelings on this. For one thing, I will say I really do like the ceiling to the floor coverage. Something that's weird with American bathrooms is they got so many holes where you can just look inside. I don't understand why bathrooms are designed like that. It's so stupid. I will So I'll follow up with like the gender neutral thing. Like the thing is, if you're under high school, there shouldn't be anybody trans or non boy or non girl. So the idea that this is even relevant, like the gender neutral thing is even relevant, doesn't make any
they're just
sense.
bringing it up because you know how liberals and some people on the left like to do this 72 genders non-conforming bullshit.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's
just
It's bullshit.
it's just a fucking buzzword at this point.
In a place where like you have like trans people, like I get why the debate is necessary, but for a place that should be devoid of all trans people, as bad as it sounds, like kids should not have like be transitioning, right?
Yeah.
So, but like the other thing is that bathrooms aren't really used for only, taking a shit and pissing. Like for instance, girls, brush up on their makeup or take care of themselves, or somebody's crying. Normally, the first place they'll go is to the bathroom, and they'll kind of wash up.
Or for someone who still goes to high school, this is my last year, by the way. So yeah, for someone who goes to high school, people just go to the bathroom so they can fucking hide out from classes.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like there is more of an element to like. So if it was just taking a poop and taking a pee pee, I would be fine. But that's not what bathrooms are all used for. Like for schools and stuff.
It's somewhat of a public area that people conjugate in some way, and if not, it's also used to hide from places and embarrassing moments.
I feel like a lot of people go to the bathroom to be alone. So I feel like on a practical sense, you're just adding more people into the bathroom. And I just feel like that's kind of gives kids less of a place to go to.
Yeah. I will say this type
I said,
go ahead. No, you can
go. Like I said, I'm all for more coverage on the bathroom stalls. I'm all for that. But like I said, I think everything, like the gender neutral part, is just unnecessary. And like the thing is, especially when they're at that age, that's probably when girls and boys are at their most different. And like I can just tell that from like nieces and nephews. Like girls and boys, like especially before like high school, are very different, and they need to kind of be separated, not segregated, but they need to kind of have.
Yeah, this isn't blacks and whites here, people. Come on.
Yeah, like there are biological differences. I mean, you have kids dealing with testosterone and estrogen and chemicals in their body that causes like hormones and shit.
This is why I don't like the fucking parents who be like, oh, we're gonna let our kid be what they want to be. And if their kid wants to be fucking male, their actual fucking, gender, then their parents have this sort of fucking autistic fucking fit because they think that that if they like, okay, so what I'm trying to say in so many words is that I don't understand why people try to make children at an early age. Some parents make them try to be something they're not, when you should let them develop first, and then they can think about who they are as a person if they want to confirm or
transition.
Transition into a girl or a boy, or do anything, or stay how they are. You gotta let people decide that later on in life. If you give a child a decision, they're not gonna be able to answer that properly. That's why I hate the parents who make their kids trans when they're like fucking 8 years old and they don't even know most of the world. And I don't like using that because a lot of adults like to be like, oh, you're a kid, you don't know nothing. Even though there's a lot of kids that know way more than fucking most adults in this world. I can guarantee that for a fact.
Yeah, people never get kids right. Like, some people think that kids are way dumber than they are, and some people think kids are way smarter than they are. It's like they never seem to get it right. But for me, it's like when you have like the whole trans kids thing. Like, the thing is, I don't think anybody under like 14 is gonna be like oh, I'm born in the wrong gender or whatever. That's always just parents like maybe a kid will like to play with, like, a boy will like to play with Barbies, and that's fine. That's whatever. Or maybe he has a more feminine side, but it's always the activist parents who are like, I can use my child to make a statement, and like that's just scummy.
I hate the parents. I hate one of these three types of parents. I hate the parents who try to use their child as a way to make themselves look better or to get some fame or like anything like that. I hate the parents who try to use their kids, like you said, for a statement, which can go with the first one, but it's separate because it's two different things. Because and I hate the parents who neglect their children, and then when they get called out for it, they act like, oh, I'm a great parent, or the parents who don't listen to their kids and don't listen to anything they say, but then get mad later in life when their kids don't want to call them, don't want to text them, don't want to be anywhere involved with them at all, and they have an attitude problem, and then they try to make their kid out about like, oh, my son doesn't want to talk to me, it's been like 10 years, like, what did you do to your kid? Oh, I did nothing. Okay, if I go talk to him and he says something different, and if I come to you and you be like, oh yeah, I remember that, then you can't be fucking retarded.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, that's actually one of the reasons why I don't really plan on becoming a parent. Just because I don't really know. I haven't been able to figure out what is a good parent. Because, like, the thing is, every parent I see, my like, I love my parents, but I have problems with the way they do it, or they did it, but, like, I have problems with every single one I've come across, you know? You okay? Yeah. Did you just die? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my door.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, I feel uncomfortable about ever being a parent just because I don't know if I could raise my kids right. Just because I don't really know how to do it right, you know?
I want a kid. Like, I want either a girl or a boy or both. Because I already have the name for both of them. So it's like, I kind of want it. Like, my whole thing, what I was going to do, if I can anyway, because I'm probably ugly as fuck to most girls, is that when I get, like, the way you said that was so sad. Like, at age 24, or not 24, I mean, age 27, it's like, I know by that point I'll be getting settled down. Like, I won't be as crazy as I am now, and I can probably start getting married and having a kid. And also 27 will be pretty good because when they're 17, I'll be near my 40s. So when they're adult, I can still hang out with them and not be like an old man. You know what I mean? Because there's some people who are like 60 and their kids are like I know Beer Borer, he's like 50 and he just had a daughter like a year ago, and by the time his daughter grows up to be like 20, he's gonna be like in his 80s. So I don't want to be like that, you know.
27 is probably a fair age. Like I said, I don't know. I don't see it happening with me, but you know, I probably will. I don't know. It probably.
I don't know. If anything, you can be 40, not you can be the 40-year-old virgin. You could be part 2.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
All right, so let's get to this next news article. Well, we've been doing this for like an hour and 7 minutes now.
Oh, we're to an hour?
Yeah, well, over an hour. Like, I don't like.
How long are your podcasts usually?
I usually go as so I finish everything and then end it. I don't like have a time limit. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, we have to do this for a whole hour, otherwise, you know, people are not gonna listen. Like, if people want to listen and be invested, they will, because this is pretty funny shit. I mean, we're just talking and chatting shit, you know.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. Okay, yeah, so next one, the one that we just picked up. Dumped pit bull dies from physical sexual abuse just 2 weeks after adoption. There's a video, but I'm not gonna read it. An animal shelter is calling for an investigation after a pit bull who was adopted 2 weeks ago died from what staff believe was physical and sexual abuse after found injured in South Los Angeles on Monday. The 5-year-old dog, I'm fucking retarded. Cargo was dumped in front of a house on the 200 block of West 85th Street in Florence neighborhood, according to Daisy Martinez, if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, of Ghetto Rescue Foundation, and I can't pronounce that, Hills-based animal nonprofit. A resident who wished to remain anonymous said neighbors reported seeing two African men who dropped it off there and just left. The woman says she couldn't get hold of any city or county animal control official to respond, so she reached out to Ghetto Rescue. There's a video of the dog that dog looked like it been through some shit. Head down.
I just kind of went through the article, and I think that first paragraph kind of sums up most of it. Towards the end, they kind of go into kind of talking about how like animal shelters and stuff just shouldn't give pets away for free and shit like that. But a lot of, like, this is a long ass article, and they just kind of,
it's not long. It's just like the wording that they use. Oh wait, it is long. I just like I thought it stopped like at the tweet, but no, it's long. Okay, yeah.
It's long as fuck, but yeah, no, and like I said, yeah, yeah, it doesn't really. It's just them talking about how they found it, and then they're trying to help it, but there's not like too much else to it. The story, from what I can tell.
All right, so we're gonna move on. I'm finally. I'm finally happy to announce that we're bringing back the segment, Cunt of the Week or Cunt of the Podcast.
Cunt of the Week or Cunt of the Podcast. Okay.
Yeah, it used to be Cunt of the Week when I thought I was gonna do this podcast every week, and then that didn't happen. So what this segment is this is the part where I find a specific news story of a woman being shitty because I am tired of seeing way too much mansplaining, man privilege, all that bullshit. So I'm going to go out of my way now like a cunt to find something that women do that's shitty. Now,
you ever hear the gender flip version of mansplaining?
Womansplaining?
No, cunt fussing.
Yes, I've heard that before. Yeah. So I found this wonderful news, and it's always mothers doing the most random and silly thing. This is how feminists will flip it. The most silly thing this woman did to her child. You want to hear? You want to see? You ready to see this? Hear this title?
Oh boy, I really like silliness.
The way you say it, so scared. Virginia mom pleads guilty to locking children in makeshift cages, and you see that woman's face, and that looks like a fucking he/she. And I'm so happy that this woman.
It looks like guilty. Mundane Matt. She looks like gender flip Mundane Matt.
Because this story reminds me of the time where it was somewhere in the Bronx in New York. This like family, these two parents got arrested because their house was literally covered in shit. They had rats, and their kids were like disease ridden sort of, and like not well.
I heard about that one story about like that family locking up like their children, and like one of them escaped, and then like there was this big ass story. Like I think it was last year sometime.
No, I never heard that.
Fucked up, dude. This is Florida, so that makes sense. Finally, we have a Florida one.
Okay, let's listen to this. Oh, let me read this. Oh, mother in Virginia pleads guilty this week to keeping 2 of her 5 children in makeshift cages. NASA, apparently the space people like to keep children away. NASA's Essen Hopkins.
Take me by the hand. Take me to
Mrs. Hopkins on Thursday pleads guilty to 5 counts of child neglect. The news come after 35-year-old, of course she's a fucking old woman. The woman was arrested last year, basically literally almost over a year ago, after social workers found 2 of her children living in makeshift cages. The cages were cribs that, with what social workers said appeared to be the side rails of other crates screwed on the top. Fuck! My internet went out again. I hate everything about this. I'm gonna keep saying that every time because this is complete bullshit. I fucking hate Optimum. Come on. Back from a live studio apartment. Okay.
Oh, God.
Because as soon as I heard silence and then I couldn't fucking scroll down my goddamn screen, I was like, oh, here we go again. 2 of Hopkins' other children were found in separate rooms sleeping on a bare mattress. Okay. All 5 children, whose ages range from 1 to 6. Oh, come the fuck on. Why every time I find a news story about this, it has to be small children being punished? Like, I don't.
Oh, no, this was in Virginia. Okay, sorry, I thought that I saw a Florida officer.
No, this is Virginia. It's a Virginia mom.
Yeah, that's an advertisement for another article.
In a home full of trash, rotting food, and fleas. Of course, why not? Authorities said at the time. Katie Bonnewell and I fucking hate everything. A social worker, huh?
Oh, dude, I just read the end of this paragraph. That's fucked up.
I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Testified that it took more than 20 minutes to unscrew one of the lids, which requires an electrical screwdriver to do so. She added that the 2-year-old inside the case hissed when the social removed the top. Children don't act That's like normal. The children didn't act like normal children, she said. Bonnie also said that a toilet at the home was filled with black water while a sink and bathtub was filled with trash and rotting food. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Hopkins' attorney argued that she used the case to protect the children, not punish them, that she was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder after her boyfriend died. Why do you have children then? I don't understand these fucking idiots who just fucking keep children after who either have traumatic experiences or just fucked in the head. If you're fucked in the head, you shouldn't be around children. You shouldn't be raising children, because obviously there's something mentally wrong with you. Because you're gonna make those children act like fucking Chris Chandler. Yeah, and I'm not even making fun of him, because that's sad. Because that's a sad individual raised by a sad group of people who were shitty. And now he's shitty. And that's not even entirely his fault because of the fucking mental disease that he has, too.
Well, no, Chris Chan was just like autistic or whatever. This is like feral children. This is
no, I know that, but I'm saying that type of stuff leads to children like Chandler, who isn't retarded, obviously, but they act sort of in the same manner of disgusting people who are sort of shitty because they raised in shitty environments by shitty people who don't know how to raise children.
Like, here's the thing. I kind of hope that she doesn't get prison, but gets like insanity, like a mental asylum, because it sounds like she's fucking insane. Obviously, the kids are gonna be fucked up, and obviously it's horrible, but I feel like she's just actually crazy. I feel like this isn't like psycho, like fetish sort of thing.
Yeah, you know? But like, come on, like, I don't have to be the rest of this. I'm gonna say that the 4 of them was in foster care and the other ones had grandmothers. That's basically the end of that. It's just, it's just like, why are people so mentally challenged? Like, this is why I really wish in the next decade they say, okay, no more having children because we need to fucking balance out the fucking population, because there's way too many people in this fucking state, especially people who raise children who are shitty at that. People who just have sex, too lazy to get a fucking abortion, and it's like, oh, I can raise a child, and then that child becomes shitty.
Actually, fun fact, I might be talking out my ass here, but the little bit of research I did seemed to be legit, but I don't actually think our planet is dealing with a population crisis, because like if you look, population has increased over the last like 200 years substantially, but like hunger and things like that haven't. So because like the thing is, the more people you have, the more people like, you know, Steve Jobs, or people like Henry Ford, or people who will come along who will give way to things that will give us technology.
Good one, I fucked that way.
Are not like as fine. Oh, did you lose me?
Yeah, fucking my internet again.
Oh fuck. Okay,
we heard most of that. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, more population means more people bringing innovation to bring more resources. Resources are not quite as finite as people lead on to believe, because, like, for instance, food. You plant and make more food. You get more people working on making more food. You have more people inventing ways of streamlining the process of making food. So we don't actually have an overpopulation problem. The problem is that we just need more innovators.
Yeah, but still, it's like, I don't know, I just don't like the idea of shitty people being able to make shitty kids and just continue that cycle and not being fucking, you know, disciplined. Because there's so many people who just have, especially in New York, so many people are shitty here, and they just fuck and have kids and don't care and treat their kids like shit.
There is a bit of a problem with that, though, and that's, I think it's very dangerous letting the government decide who can have kids and who can't.
No, I'm not saying like certain people have kids. I'm just saying, like, just stop. Like, no one can have kids anymore for like at least a year. You know, like, I'm not saying like, oh, you can't have a kid. I mean, you can have a kid. I mean, like, just stop it for a while. You know.
well, I don't know. I feel like there's people who are responsible and prepared to have a kid, and I don't know. I don't feel.
I know,
like,
but
first
like
of all,
those people are sort of like outweighed by the shitty people in terms of the public eye, because those people don't get
that,
like news hits and
I
shit
don't.
like that.
I just don't know if there's a way to solve the problem without doing something that is
Radical.
unconstitutionally like hurting people's individual freedom. Because like I don't know, my opinion on government is government should protect our rights and then they should fuck off, because like I don't believe it's the government. It sets a dangerous precedence for the government to be in charge of making good citizens. It shouldn't be concerned
Yeah, I
about
can
that. It should
see
be
that.
concerned
Yeah.
about it should be concerned about protecting our right to life, our right to our own property, and our right to liberty.
And all the other laws that they put on us, and that's it.
I'm sorry?
I said, and all the other laws they put on us, and that's it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think we have a ton of shitty laws. Like the amount of stuff that's illegal that shouldn't be is just ridiculous.
Like prostitution.
Exactly, like prostitution, drugs. Like I'm not for meth, but having
like
meth
marijuana being illegal in some states.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I'm not for meth, and obviously you need to protect kids from meth. But
you just had a story about that.
If somebody wants to ruin their lives with meth, I feel like it's better for the government. Like, I don't think the government should try to stop them. I think that people should be allowed to ruin their lives.
You don't want a nanny state.
Huh?
You don't want a nanny state.
Yeah, I don't want, because, I mean, the thing is, the drug war has caused so many problems. Like, so many people are going to prison for nonviolent crimes. Like, just, people who are just, like, meth is awful. It's basically poison. But if somebody wants to get high off meth and then just work as a dishwasher and that's their life, they should have the right to do that. Obviously I'm not condoning meth. Like, if somebody I knew was doing
obviously
meth,
you're not condoning people doing that. You're just saying that if someone wants to, they should be allowed to, and that's it. No one should fucking try to stop them because they think they're better or whatever the case may be.
No, I'm one of those people who's very skeptical about government. I want them to have as little power as possible because they will abuse their power, and they have. But that's very political, and I don't know if you want to get me on a libertarian rant.
Dude, here's the thing. I say we can talk about anything and everything because I don't really hinder when I have guests on. I don't want to hinder what they say. I don't want to hinder what they do because on my on my channel, I basically say and do a lot of fucked up things. I mean, you probably never seen any of my videos because you're too big. Just look at the lower guy. But
I actually just pulled up your channel at the beginning of this thing.
Yeah, and I said something along, and it's in the channel trailer. I said something along. The worst thing I probably ever said was, someone was making baby noises, like the goo goo gaga type of baby shit. So I got so pissed off that I said, and I don't know if you've seen this, but a lot of people on the channel know that I said, I'm done with life. I swear to God, I just want to go back to fucking Auschwitz and get cremated like a fucking Jew. It's pissing me off and I just want to die. And that's like the absolute worst thing I've ever said, hands down. The second worst was, I'm not your granddaddy and I'm not going to rape you like he did, so use your fucking mind. That's the second worst. But yeah, no, I say pretty much anything.
I've said way worse on my channel. I think one of the worst things I said, it was at the end of my update video. I don't remember the context leading into this, but my sister was filming me, and I said something along the lines of "suck my child raping dick."
That's
like just
bad.
The most It's so bad.
It's so good though. It's funny.
It's just such a fucked up thing to say that it's just funny to me.
It's funny because like one of my friends, I had a debate with her. It was one of my feminist friends. Like she's not like the cut hair and all that shit. She's actually a pretty cool person. Yeah, so if she's listening to this, don't cut my balls off, okay? Yeah. But she was like, "Why do you say so many of these fucked up things?" I'm trying to, and she doesn't get it. But I'm trying to explain to her that me personally, and a lot of other people, I can find funny, horrible, disturbing, just fucking. Because it's like, okay, so say if like the thing with the what's his name, the Scottish guy with the pub, who did the Nazi salute.
Oh, Count Dankula.
Yeah, so like that, when he was doing all that bullshit, I'm like, do people not understand that the joke is that the funniness of that joke is that it's so horrible to think that someone would do that it's funny. Like I just think that
I posted that on my Twitter today. That like 90% of all like pedo, racist, and rape jokes are all reliant on the fact that those three things are bad.
Yeah, like if someone says something really fucked, I would think that's funny because of how fucked it is. Like if you can't laugh at the terrible shit, then you're just gonna be just like these other people who try to censor other people from making these jokes and get them arrested and all this other bullshit like that. And you're just fucking always miserable. I don't want to be miserable. Like I've been miserable pretty much for a lot of and people be like, "Oh, you're a child, you don't know." No, because I've been through a lot of traumatic shit in my life. Like, I'm not gonna go down the list, but I'll name like 3 big ones. When I went to foster care, it's vague. I probably try to, you know how some people suppress memories from their mind, and sometimes they remember and sometimes they don't. You know.
Yeah, I don't have any experience with that, but I do know that that's a phenomenon.
And another time when I got molested at 3. Like again, like I think my mind. You know how sometimes if you have like very like repressive memory, you try to repress it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because I remember it, but I don't remember it fully, right? And then the time where I was left out in the cold on New Year's Eve, and I had to go to my grandmother's house, and then I went on the train, slept on the train for 3 hours on the R train, went to my grandmother's house. My auntie called my mother, her still drunk, saying I don't give a shit, and I cried myself to sleep on the couch. Those are the 3 worst things, one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. There's like way other stuff that I can go on, but I'm not going to be a little pussy boy. I'm not going to make everyone cry and feel sympathy for me because, to be honest, I've gotten over pretty much most of that, and I don't give a shit. Like I don't trust a lot of people, and that's mostly why. But I'm friendly. Like I'll act friendly towards people because I genuinely care. Like okay, breaking character for a second. I genuinely care for most people. I try to help people a lot, and I get fucked over like that a lot. But I genuinely try to help people because I don't want people to experience or be how I am. Because I am broken. Matt Hardy reference. Yeah. I am broken as a person. Like I'm getting my shit together pretty much. Like I've already did. But mentally, I'm fucked. And I know I'm fucked, but I usually use an outlet like YouTube, like my music that I do on sometimes, and the other shit that I do. I want to do like script writing. I'm writing on this video game idea that I had that I've been working on for the past couple of years now. I'm doing other things to make me more better, to make me happier. Because I don't want to be... Because all that, I could have been a shitty person. I could have had a grudge against the world. I could have been a school shooter because people think I'm a school shooter for some fucking reason because I make jokes.
Yeah, but why make your life worse when you can make it better?
Yeah, you know? That's the whole point, right? Because as soon as I tell... Because people think that I'm like this terrible person, that I don't care about anything or whatever, right? In my real life and on the internet. But as soon as I tell them all that shit, that's when people want to start feeling bad for me and wanting to be like, oh, I never knew. And it's like, exactly. You know, so
no, I've been through my fair share of shit, but I don't really think I'll go into any of it.
Yeah, I'm going through because I'm trying to connect with my audience now.
I get you. Going back to the joke thing though, like Daughter is a good example. Did you?
Oh yeah, that Daughter thing that you won for, and then Kevin bitch ass tried to flip.
Yeah. So the guy who deleted my channel tried to get people to flag my video Daughter. And for anyone who has not seen the video, basically the whole thing is it plays itself serious. It's this thing where this dad walks in and his daughter killed himself, and it plays itself completely serious
for
himself? 3 minutes.
Is he trans?
Killed herself. His daughter.
Proper pronouns. No.
Yeah, proper pronouns. It plays itself straight for 3 minutes, and then
at the end it makes a big ass joke.
Yeah. Basically, he says to the 911 operator, "I'm sorry, I'm panicking. Much like my daughter's neck, I tend to crack under pressure." And then you get like sitcom music playing, and then like 90s credits.
And Kevin purposely cut that part out to make it seem like.
No, he did a bunch of shit, but I like it because it brought up a good point. It made me bring up a good point. What works in that joke is not that, oh, I'm making fun of suicide. No, what makes the joke work is that it is a joke about contrast. You are contrasting a super serious and tragic subject matter with like a 90s sitcom dad joke. Yeah. And if you think about it, the majority of comedy comes from contrast, escalation, and things like that. So like the thing is, a lot of racist, one of my favorite Holocaust jokes. How do you pick up Jewish? Or sorry, how do you pick up Jewish girls?
How?
With a dustpan.
Yeah, that's nice.
So the humor in that joke comes from the contrast of you open up the joke with something innocent sounding. How do you pick up Jewish girls? It sounds, very innocent, and then you escalate. You escalate it. You amplify it to such an extreme point of something as tragic and horrifying as the Holocaust and people being eviscerated or being evaporated,
burned alive like a bunch of pizzas.
I mean, I don't know why you're burning pizzas, but that's you.
Because I want to, because I'm trying to be a Hitler. Fuck, I messed up that joke, but I was trying to say a Hitler youth child.
Do you just
I have that Macklemore.
Jewish? Do you lead your pizzas into the oven like Jews?
Yeah, marching to their deaths in fucking shackles is amazing.
You just do all the sound effects, holding the pizza,
yeah,
open up the door.
I purposely know one phrase in fucking German just to play out that fucking fantasy. But before we start rambling on more, let me read the rest of these news stories I got.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah. So we got this one. It's not really a real news story I have to read. It's just this weird thing I found. This woman was dared to drink beer out of a dead fish, through a dead fish's mouth, and she did it. And people are judging her and making fun of her. And I just wanted to say that that's there's a video, I'll link you the news article, because there is a video of her, there's a picture of her doing it. And I'm like, yeah, there it is. And it's just why would you, that would taste like shit.
It would, but I've seen people do way stupider shit.
Yeah, no doubt, but come on.
My fucking coworkers decided to all get drunk and then let the person next to them decide what they were gonna tattoo onto them, and then each of them tried to tattoo drunk. People do stupid shit. I think it's funny, but it doesn't surprise me, I have to say. That is a funny picture, though. It's a really fucking funny picture.
Just crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I'm not trying to bash on the woman or anything. I just found it just funny.
I mean, you can bash on her if you want.
I could just say oh, she's kind of
for it. I'm just nothing phases me,
I'm not gonna bash her because she just did something that she was dared to do. I'm not gonna fucking.
Are you gonna have links to all these articles in the description for the video?
Fuck, my internet went out again.
The description.
My internet went out again.
Oh shit, I lost him again.
Yeah, my internet went out again. So now I gotta fucking disconnect, reconnect, because see, this is why I kind of didn't want to do that this time, because this is when my internet's the most bipolar.
Cut out.
Yeah, no. See, this is why I kind of didn't want to do it. For you, it's 10. For me, it's 11. Because around nighttime, when it's 12, that's when my internet's the most bipolar. Because that's when it wants to.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But it's fine.
Well, wait, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You hear me? God.
Oh my god.
No, he left. Here, you can go reset the router if you want. I can.
You see, I'm gonna wait. Hold up. I got it. I'm coming back.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna reset it only because we're already almost an hour. We're basically over an hour and a half. I'm just gonna keep all this. I don't give a shit. It's kind of lazy, but it's I don't want to redo. I don't want to redo it again. And this has been all funny so far, so it's I don't want to lose all this footage.
There was one pause where I wasn't really talking when you cut out. So for that one, I would say probably cut that down just for.
No, there's gonna be some cuts I'm probably gonna make. If not, I might leave the whole thing just to be a dick. But
yeah, like I said,
I don't like any of these news articles because that's just extra work, and also most people don't want to read them.
That's true.
They just came for the podcast. I'll link your shit. I'll link anything you're doing at the moment. I might link your friend's stuff.
Yeah, if somebody wants to see it, then I guess they can just ask for the link.
I'll just probably I don't know. You can't even do that because I have it in one folder on my browser, but then I delete them all as I'm doing the podcast, so then I can clear it out for the next podcast news, so I don't have to do it later. Be okay, which is which,
I get you.
So I guess you would just have to read the headlines and just fucking write it in Google and just hope that you find it.
Yeah, I feel you.
But alright, so we got 2 more. Might chat shit for a little bit longer, and then that'll be the end of this podcast. And then Timo will never talk to me again because he's too big for me, and I'm just a fan to him.
He's really cranking in those 500 and dude, I just hit 600.
Cool.
I just pulled up my chat.
Yeah, cool. Congratulations, that's cool. Live on the fucking podcast.
Yeah, that means I'm officially at 10% of where I was.
Yeah, but he also has a Patreon. I'll also link that, so you can give him some cash if you want to, if you're that rich, because he's only getting $5. Shout
out to Luke Tungsten, because he is
hey, this isn't your channel. This isn't your channel. We don't just shout out people because they give you money. We shout out people who give me money now. Just fucking around. Let's go.
Do you have a Patreon?
No, I don't do any of that shit. I don't need the money.
It took me forever.
Like, here's the thing.
Forever to figure out how to do it.
I was going to do a Patreon originally, but I'm like, I'm not like every other fucker. I don't care if I get money. I don't have advertisements on my videos. Here's the thing. If you don't have advertisements on your videos, you basically have free range to do pretty much whatever you want and say, because you're not, they can hinder you and being seen, but they can't hinder you by money. So it's like, I don't give enough of a shit, And also, I'm 18. I'm still in high school for right now. Even though my mom's being a dick about me getting a job and being a cunt about it, I can just get a job and get money that way. I tell people, I've been doing now is if you want to give me money, just go to PayPal and just send me money. Because that's the easiest. You don't have to subscribe to me. And I don't have to. And also, I don't feel. Fuck you, phone. And I don't feel like. That was my phone. My phone's fucking fucked away. A new one. And I don't feel like being pressured to make regular content for people that give me money, because I don't know. I don't like that pressure for me personally, because I'm mostly doing YouTube now because I want to do it like a full-time thing because I like doing it. I've been doing it since 2011, but I also would like to be more like a hobby. Like, my music's a hobby. Like, I don't always write music every day. Like, I do it when I have the motivation, when I know that I can get some good bars. Like like this is exclusive here. One of my tracks, I say the line like, hold up. It's like, an explanation is unnecessary when you hear the sound of babies crying for their mommy who left them inside a dumpster fire, admired by the people who can appreciate the dark humor that I've been saying. Like, stuff like that is pretty good to me.
Yeah, that's got some good rhyme scheme.
So, yeah. So, like, when I have that sort of motivation, I write and stuff. And when I do YouTube, I want to make more content because I have been fucking around with content since the tragedy that happened in September with me and this lady, this girl that I had a crush on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 9/11. Okay.
No. No. Since we're going to be, like, we're going to get to the 2-hour point anyway, but I'm going to do a short story that I don't think I've told anyone yet, but this wasn't the main reason why I stopped making videos. It was at that point, though, that I started feeling, like, very sad, and I just was, like, not smiling. Like, I'd never really smiled that much. But I was sad. I didn't really talk to people and stuff and whatnot. Like, I was basically you when you got dumped, only I never got dumped. And it wasn't about a girl in here. Like, I just started getting tired of life, like every teenager do. But what happened was my school, we had, since I was in 11th grade, technically, but I had like one 9th grade class because I never got to get that class when I was in my other school before I transferred. So I was with the 11th grade and 12th grade when we went to Prospect Park. So after lunch, it was like, okay, you can go and do whatever you want, essentially, right? These fuckers forgot to say that you can't go to certain places. You can't go too far without supervision, right? They never said that. Yeah. So we just was walking around and shit. And then me and my friend, like these other people that we was hanging out with, they went somewhere else. Me and my friend went back. So I was like, let's go back because if we stay out for too long, like, then people will probably gonna be like, where are we? And then start freaking out, right? Because I wanted to go back. Yeah. Me and him went back. They went and did something else. They got lost in the park, right?
Yeah.
And then me and him was like, okay, we need to go back. And then the teachers were trying to stop us, right? Because they was like, oh, where did you just come from and shit like that, right? And whatnot. Yeah. So then we fucking sneak past and we was looking for them, and then we came back, and everyone was all worried and shit that we got lost and whatever. And we almost we didn't get in trouble. Like, I thought I was going to get suspended. I was like, oh, fuck it. But, like, they was like, oh, we was going to call the cops and your parents. I'm like, it's a fucking, Prospect Park isn't that big. I come here all the time to ride bikes. I don't get lost here. It's hard to get lost in this fucking park. Unless you don't know what you're doing. Or what you're doing. Right?
Yeah.
So, and by the way, it's not like an actual park. It's like a big ass... You know how like some like big states have like areas where it's mostly like land and grass and stuff where people can go picnics and whatnot. And stuff like that. It's like that, essentially. That we have in Brooklyn. Yeah. So, right... And while we was looking for them, I'm calling this chick. Well, not calling, but I'm on Google Hangout with this chick because she won't give me a phone number for some reason. Which proves how much a friend she was, right? And I'm fucking telling her, I'm telling them to stand still and tell me where they're at so that I can go and find them and then I can take them back. Because I had an idea where they was, but they kept fucking moving so much, walking around, because the two guys that was with them was trying to get back, act manly and shit, try to get back. And I'm like, if you stand still and tell me where you're at specifically, I can more likely find you. And she wasn't telling them to stop and was ignoring me. So I was like, okay, fuck it then. You can be lost. I'm going back because I'm not going to get in trouble for you guys. And that's what happened. I almost got in trouble because of them. Because when we was getting in trouble, they came back. No one saw them come back. And they didn't get any shit at all. It was just me and my other friend. And then I was fucking livid. I was pissed because again, like I said before, I try to help people and that usually fucks me over a lot because people are assholes and also people think that I'm just this like terrible person sometimes too because of the things I say. Even though like you've only met me, like we only have the conversation like once, right? And you know that I'm only like fucking around for the most part. Like I don't believe half of the shit I'm saying, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but most people are just that fucking stupid. So me and him are walking, and I'm fucking livid. And he's like, and we're basically like now like best friends at that point because we both went through this traumatic experience together. All this time, she calls me on fucking Hangout again. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and all that shit, right? And I was like, whatever. Like I just stopped. And then she fucking her parents took her out of school to be homeschooled, and that made me feel better because then I got over her faster. But that whole time before that happened, I was so pissed because it's like I tried to help this girl that I really liked. And got fucked over. I could have got suspended, right? Luckily, the principal are tight. Like he knows my mother. Like we're all good. So he knows that I wasn't trying to do anything wrong. So he just was like, as long as you don't do it again and all that, you'll be fine. I'm like, I'm not going on any more fucking school trips. Fuck that. So yeah. So I didn't get into trouble. Like I didn't get suspended. Nothing. It was basically it wasn't even a slap on the wrist. It was more like you're not gonna do it again. Okay, good. Go back. Go to lunch or whatever. So. That was just one of the things that fucking made me just like, I fucking hate life. I fucking hate people. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want friends and all that shit. So that's basically one of the main reasons why I stopped making content. Until I started motivating myself and lighting a flame in my ass. Yeah, I'm a homosexual now. And, now I'm making this Twitch video where I'm going to rail on Twitch and all the Twitch thoughts and all these bitches out here and not getting my dick sucked by these bitches. Nah, I'm not fucking, no. But, alright, let me move on to my depressing life and to the story, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the link to this because I already sent you the link to all of these.
Okay.
New Jersey superintendent accused of pooping on high school tracks resigns. I think this is pretty long, so I don't think I'm gonna read the whole thing. Oh no, it's not that long. I'll probably read most of it. I'll probably paraphrase at the end, but I'll read the first paragraph that they have here. A superintendent in New Jersey accused of publicly defacing, I would say, defecating on a local high school track and football field has I can't speak for nothing.
I like how he wasn't fired, he was resigned.
He resigned from his job. Thomas, whatever the fuck that last name is, 42, resigned as superintendent of, what's these fucking names? School district on Thursday night. The New Jersey Star Ledger reports. I'm really taking the piss out of New Jersey. I'm disrespecting them all across the board. An email to staffers said he was resigning due to events unrelated to his service for the school. Email continued. It has become clear to both him and the school. It says in the names, but I can't fucking pronounce them. The Board of Education that his continued service as superintendent of the school has become too much of a distraction to the main mission. Did they misspell mission, or am I retarded?
Wait, let me see. Where is that?
Nah, I think It's the third. It's the fourth one. Where it's like the email continued. This the district of the main mission of the district.
That mission spelled right.
Okay, I was about to say I thought they spelled it wrong for a second. He was arrested and made and accused of defecating on the high school track and football field on a daily basis. I guess he didn't have a toilet to shit in. The allegations received national attention, especially puny journalists dabbed him the pooper attendant.
Punny.
Nice fucking joke. You're so good at your job. You know what you should do? After that one fucking pun you made, you should delete your account, resign from your job, go home, search on Google how to tie a rope with paper clips, and then hang yourself by the fucking neck that you fucking don't have because you're a fat fuck. I hate puns, especially puns like that. That is so bad. That is so good. That's the type of shit that Momsy and Dadsy would fucking love to hear. Poopster attended. Honey, that's so hilarious. Fuck yourself.
So, wait, what's their evidence?
I'm gonna have to read it. It's apparently he's been accused of doing it. So I guess just hearsay from students. His attorney, Matthew Adams, finally somewhat a fucking name, said that can you please read that for me? I'm fucking losing my shit here.
So I was reading ahead.
The executions. The words that I can't say because I'm not American, apparently. The things said about him are false or falsehood, and that his client looks forward to his day in court.
The accusations?
Yeah, that's how you fucking pronounce it. Look at this man's face. He looks so like shocked and sad.
Yeah. Sad. You wanna know my take on this story?
Yeah.
I think that what happened is a bunch of kids didn't like him. So one of the kids, like it was a group effort. One of the kids would shit on the track on a consistent basis, and then a bunch of them would all accuse him of doing it because they're trying to get him fired. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, that sounds like what that could be.
I mean, what's his motivation? There's no, first of all, why would he deny it if he was doing it to make a point? If he's not making a point, why would he
apparently, do it? Earlier in the article, it says that a school staffer monitored the field until they identified him as the suspect. But the sergeant denied. But it was denied. Fucking, I'm gonna stop charging now.
My God.
It's not as violent as it sounds. But it was how he was identified as the suspect, or whether or not the officer caught him in the act. So basically, they saw someone. Yeah, so that's why the thing you said about the kids, it sounds more like it because they didn't even see him doing it. Like there was no real evidence. Like they just saw someone go and do it and just assumed that was him after the accusations were placed on him.
Well, like I said, this sounds like a high schooler hit piece.
Yeah.
And since it's Huffington Post, you can pretty much assume that it's fake also. So.
That's funny. Okay.
Dude, Huffington Post has some fucked up shit.
And the last news story, and then we might fuck around for another, how many minutes is it going by? For another fucking couple minutes, and then we'll end the podcast. If you
don't want to go with another story, I actually have a question that could work.
Yeah, sure. Because I have one more after this. So I have this story, and then that's it. We don't have any more news stories. Unless it just doesn't want to fucking load, and in which case we have no more news stories.
Do you want me to go with my question first, or do you want to go with the story first?
Ask a question about me, or just a question for you?
I have a question for you.
Oh, you're the first one to ever ask me a question, actually, really.
Yeah, it's something I kind of like to ask a lot of people, because it kind of gives me an idea who they are.
Fuck it, we're not going to do this news. Oh, there it is. It's loading. Fuck you, no, it's taking too long. I'm not going to do the news story. Basically, the news story was a woman found a used needle in one of her socks that she bought. That's basically it. Okay, that's all you need to know.
Oh, okay.
And now since I closed my browser, I probably won't lose connection now. So we're good.
Okay, that's good. So my question is, and I like to ask people this when I'm kind of getting to know them. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Deadpool.
Deadpool?
Yeah.
Deadpool 1 and 2 are actually in my top 10. So I can totally understand
I like the
that.
second one more than one now because I watched it in the movie theater, so I made it better, and also because like it had a better premise. Like it was more thought of, like it was more thought out because the first one.
I really can't decide which one I like more. I can't.
Yeah, I was on the fence for a while. But I'm like I like 2 a little bit more because it has a more realized script compared to the first one. Because the first one is an origin story, so it's not gonna be as good as the things before or after it because. With an origin story, you can only go so far and only make a story based off of origin that most people won't know of. Especially since a lot of people, even though superhero movies are like the most popular thing in movies right now because of Marvel and DC, a lot of people don't know about Deadpool until now, since he's now in the mainstream technically. So
here's the thing. I think if you're comparing the 2 movies, Deadpool 2 is better directed, from a camera and directing and editing standpoint. Deadpool 2 is way better. I think Deadpool 1 had a lot more jokes that didn't hit. Deadpool 2 had less jokes that didn't hit.
I mean,
but
Deadpool
the first one, I think I actually like the pacing better in. But the second one probably had me laughing a little harder.
Yeah, I like the joke. Remember the joke with the baby penis? That was the best thing I've ever. I was literally. I almost fell on the floor, dying laughing from that.
The skydiving part, without spoiling it, the skydiving part, I think was.
That took me out of guard. I did not know that was gonna happen.
One of the hardest laughs I've had in a while.
Because like it just flipped everyone's heads over. Because I don't think anyone was expecting that.
Yeah, no, Deadpool, but I think both are great. I think the first one gets shit on a little too much.
Yeah.
There were jokes that didn't work. Like, one joke that I thought was awful was where...
The brown pants?
Well, that too.
Because that one was kind of like, yeah.
The brown pants... Okay, 3 jokes. The brown pants, the did I leave the oven on joke, and then the worst joke in the whole movie is the poop emoji one. Where it's like Deadpool and what's his name, T.J. Miller are both fucking talking about and acting like they've never seen a poop emoji before.
I've never seen that part before.
Really awkward. No, it's when after after Wade figures out that his girlfriend got kidnapped, and then right before he
goes to see her, or tries to get her.
Right before he gets the guns from the old lady.
I don't remember seeing that part.
Talking. Oh well, it's this really like cringy emoji joke that just kind of falls completely flat. So there were like probably a good 3 or 4 jokes that really didn't work in the first one, but I mean even comedies even some of my favorite comedies have the same thing. Like comedy is kind of a inherently hit or miss thing because. Now, not all jokes will hit.
Now, you never got this from me because I'm not trying to. I sound like a drug dealer right now. I'm not trying to promote this out here.
You do realize I think you, right?
Yeah, no, that's the whole joke of it. I think you've heard this because I know you watch Ralph the Movie Maker, but have you ever watched After Last Season?
Oh, I watched his video on it. I can't.
Did you watch the movie?
All I remember is awful. No, I just remember the awful CGI in the
dude. If you go on my channel, right? Like you don't have to do it now, but on my channel, me and my friends, because I convinced them, because I was telling them how this was the worst movie ever, and all this shit, because it really is, and I don't give a shit if I spoil it or not, because I'm gonna probably spoil it talking about it right now. In that video, me and all my friends watched it. It was the most torturous 2 hours I watched in my entire life. It has no structure. It has no pacing. It has barely any. It barely has a story. It's so hard to understand what the story is without looking it up. Yeah. The sets are not even sets. They're just cardboard. The acting is terrible. The animation is terrible.
Yeah, no.
Everything about that movie, like Tim. Right, I know you're doing the thing with whoever gets the best insult gets to recommend a movie, right? But if you can if you have one exception to make, please please, because I know a lot of people are gonna like it. That's why I'm telling you. Please do a review on that movie. And if not that, do a video like how I did of you just watching it with your friends, because it's just it gave me peace. Okay, I'll put it like this. 2 weeks ago, cause I'm a wrestling fan, right?
Oh, okay.
And you're just getting into wrestling. You told me, or you told your people. I'm a wrestling fan. Me and my friend who I haven't seen for a while. Me and her, we went to a wrestling event that one of her friends said that she should go because he was working on. Like, this was his own event, right? That he was doing.
Yeah.
So we went to this place. It was basically like like those like outside. You know the people who are like classified the outsiders, like the people who do like that have like dyed hair or like look like punk rock ish.
Yeah.
It was kind of a place like that, but they had some old school systems and arcade games, so that's something they was going out for and shit. Yeah. But they had no air conditioning and it was hot as hell that day. And the opening segment before the wrestling started was this shitty, you know how there's a lot of people who do generic shitty bitches on my dick, going to the club, drinking and all that, shit like that.
Yeah.
It was basically that, and I almost wanted to kill myself. And then the first wrestling match was a guy who dressed as a preacher against a guy who dressed like a hot dog. And you know what his theme song was?
What?
Hot dog, hot diggity. It was that fucking song. And you don't know how bad I just wanted to end my life right then and there when I heard the music and I saw him wrestle. It was the most painful experience of my life. That made me wanted to stop being a wrestling fan. That just killed everything of my life. Like, I went on a big tyrant to my friend and people would look at me weird, but one person was laughing. Like, I just went off. I think at one point I said, that hot dog doesn't look FDA approved. Like, I said that. Like, I just couldn't fucking hear. I went off, dude. I went off. That is nothing compared to how I feel about after last season.
Yeah, now like I said, like there will be definitely a bunch of opportunities to get requests in. Otherwise, like I might get to it for the Go to the Movies podcast, but there's a long line of movies ahead of it. But I'll consider it.
If you do that for the Go to the Movies podcast, can I be a guest for that? Because I need to express myself in so many ways of how much I hate this goddamn movie.
Yeah, that could be fun. I need to find it though.
I know a website. I have a website that we got it off of.
Yeah, because I don't want to have to pay for it if I can.
I don't think you can pay for it.
Oh, that's
because if you remember from the video, it was in theaters and people burnt the fucking film instead of sending it back because it was cheaper. And also that had a $5 million budget.
Wait, what the fuck?
You don't remember that?
No.
It was estimated it had a $5 million budget. And
you know what movie Ralph the Movie Maker covered that was way better?
What?
Dog on a Leash or Love on a Leash. That movie's funny.
I didn't get to see that review. I'll probably watch it later on tomorrow.
Dude, it's probably the most incompetently made movie I've ever seen, but it's funny.
What God's
because
not dead?
Like the audio, like there's big segments of the movie that are just dead silence, like no even like room tone or sound effects or ambience, like just like completely silent, and then you'll just hear really loud like, "Wow, I wonder," like just like it's
but
so
nothing can beat a line specifically. Oh, I never been to that town, but I've been through it. Like that just gives me so much hope to die every time I hear that fucking phrase. And I remember I told someone that, and someone tried to justify, like, he's like, "Oh, I've said that." I said, "Shut the fuck up! Don't make me fucking go off right here, right now." Cause someone was like, "Oh, I don't I get," like they was trying to say I get it. I'm like, don't do this to me, don't do this to me. But yeah, that's like a really bad movie. Like it just took off years of my life, just like that hot dog took years off my fucking life too. It was just terrible.
Yeah. No.
Any other questions you have for your boy, or is that it?
I think. Nah. You got any questions for me?
We already know a lot of the Kevin stuff. Oh, there's one thing I want to ask. There's like multiple things I have to ask, but like I don't remember all of them. So I guess I'll just add. I'll try to remember like two, and then that'll be it for the podcast. Because we're almost basically 2 hours in this.
Sounds
good. Did you see the video that Kevin put up on one of his friends' channels, where he said he was gonna get a lawyer to try to sue you for that fucking parody? That obviously that he couldn't win because even if he got a good lawyer to try and fuck you over, it's still fair use, so it wouldn't fucking matter anyway.
I'm there's a couple reasons I'm not responding to that. Number one being that in my video, I said I wasn't going to respond to anything he said because it was just going to be a bunch of crap, and I was right. And also I was ending the beef with that video, and I still hold on to that. Yeah. So I wasn't planning on making
No, I was going to ask if you've seen it.
To that. Oh yeah, I've seen it, but I wasn't planning on making a response to it anyway. But then he went forward with threatening me, threatening my safety. So that's reason two why I don't want to make a response video. Because he has my personal information and is threatening to share it out or do something with it if I if I respond.
See, here's the thing, right? If he can watch this, I don't give a fuck, right? This dude is shitty at rapping. He can get good beats. I'm gonna say this right now. His songs are good for one thing, is that he has really good beats. That's the only thing going for his songs, and that's the most annoying thing about it.
Like 3 songs have good beats.
Like at least I know that I Can Try has a really good beat that I like because of the piano.
I like that one. I like Do It For You, and I like never mind, it's just those two. Right. Oh, the one he did on me. That one had a good beat. Those 3 had good beats.
Right. So this guy's a shitty rapper. If I were to fucking try to poke the bear and start a beef with him, I would annihilate him easily. Because besides the fact that I'm black, so I can rap better than you automatically, I know how to actually rhyme, and I actually know how to sound good on a fucking beat. Also, this dude is the most pussiest bitch I've ever seen in my goddamn life. And that includes Rice Gum, that includes FouseyTube, that includes a lot of fucking people that I've seen on the fucking internet.
I would put him on the same level as someone like Maddox.
Yeah.
You follow that shit?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say he's the Maddox of Eminem YouTubers. Because Maddox sued Dick Masterson for him sleeping. So after Maddox's girlfriend broke up with him, his friend Dick Masterson got together with her.
He tried to sue her for that.
And so then they canceled the podcast, and Maddox started making up shit about Dick, and then Dick started calling him a cuck because he literally is a cuckold, or he supports cuckoldry or something like that. And so Maddox sued him.
Okay, yeah, that sounds bullshit. And also, here's the thing, right? Yeah. Compared to your rapping ability, which I'm gonna be honest, because we're kind of friends now, right? I would assume we're friends now because I talk to you, and we're both content creators. Like, you can work on your style more, but I know you're gonna be way better than him if you just keep working on it and improving.
Here's the thing. Where I stand is, I think I'm actually really good at writing. I think I have a good flow. I think I'm good at creating good rhyme schemes, and I think I'm good at putting substance in my verses. My problem is delivery, mic quality, and mixing. And 2 of those, I'll need to put some money into. One of those, I just need practice.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, you just need to practice more of your delivery flow and how you enunciate and all that, and you'll be way better than him, because he seems like he just doesn't put much effort in delivering his fucking... I don't know if it's because he sound like a fucking cum-drizzling slut. I don't know if it's because he's just lazy with his music and he doesn't care. But, yeah. And also, I know for a fact that if you and him got in 101, he would try to act all big and tough until you kicked his ass, probably. Even though I know people don't do violence.
He could physically kick my ass, because... like, he probably works out more than me and whatever. But the thing is, if we were to get on, like, a podcast or debate, I would crucify him. Like, I
that gives me an idea for something in the future. No, I probably won't try that.
There's no way he would agree to that.
Yeah, I know.
the thing is,
especially if he hears this, he's gonna be like, "You don't like me either. Why would I get on your podcast?" It's like, well, don't be a bitch. I would say that.
Yeah, and not to mention, I mean, well, he has to kind of depend on editing out things that make him look bad, so he wouldn't survive it either way. But also,
because I know that the minute I put it up, he's gonna try and take it down for him looking bad.
Yeah, I'd also be wary about going on a podcast with him because I feel so much anger towards him. I feel like I would fuck up and go too far and say something really fucked up that would kind of come back to bite me.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think I want to put myself in that situation.
He's just
once I get going, I'm gonna go for the throat.
Because here's the thing, he seems like the type of person that talks a lot of shit until he gets fucking popped in the mouth, and then he goes away like a little bitch have a toes between his legs. Because for me, me personally, I'm gonna give a little bit of backstory. Yeah. I've once gotten beaten up by 6 other guys, right? Mm-hmm. I got my ass handed to me. And ever since that day, I've learned that no matter what fight I am, and you could be bigger than me, you could be tougher than me, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fuck you up either way, right? So I know for a fact, like, okay, you say that he can fuck you up. That's probably true because, you know, you're kind of out of weight, out of shape. You've already said that, so I'm not insulting you. And stuff, no. But me, I may not be like, I'm not fat, but like I'm not like built either. But me, I'm just crazy. So
feral. Yeah. I feel like if I would get in a fight, I would just kind of snap and then just become like this feral beast.
Sit on him, or just do what that one fat kid in Australia did to that skinny one. Just fucking pick him up and just fucking slam him on the floor, and he just limps away.
I would more of just like kind of go like black out a little bit and then just not care how much he hit me. And
also, I'm purposely saying this shit because I want him to respond to me. I'm purposely want a response because I want to do.
No, it's like a. Do you watch that Sam Hyde needle drop podcast thing?
No.
So basically, Sam Hyde just goes on this long rant about how he would never start a fight with Lena Dunham, but if he was ever put into a self-defense situation, he would brutalize her. And he just keeps going in like explicit detail of like physically harming her and brutalizing her, and then keeps capping it up with, obviously in a self-defense situation, I would never start this, but it would not be a slow and peaceful self-defense situation. It would be a very brutal. It's just the funniest shit.
But I purposely want to start shit with him because I really want to see what diss track he would make on me. Because like, there's so much that you can really find on me that's gonna really, because like I purposely like to start shit with people that I know that I can possibly win. That's why like in some of the raps I make, I purposely call out like people like Lil Pump or Tekashi 6ix9ine or shit like that, or people like that, or people that I know is not gonna hear it, because like I talk a lot of shit on purpose because I think it's funny, and also because a lot of people can't talk shit as good as I can. Because I purposely hurt people's feelings. I don't do it to make myself look better. I want you to be sad. I want you to want to kill yourself when I say certain things sometimes. Which, that's the part of me that I understand why people don't like. But I'm not like that all the time. So
I mean, in my diss track to Kevin, I threatened to impregnate his girlfriend, named the child Kevin, and abort it.
Like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going back into like rapping though, like something like rhyme schemes, like I did that Kung Fu Panda song, and like one of the parts was like a phoenix rising out of the flames, it's no games when I aim at the shame they proclaim and knock the same, when I aim at the shame you became and knock the same claims out of the frame, so exclaim and proclaim my name. It's like good. I'm good at rhyme schemes. I can fit a bunch of words.
Yeah, so I heard like the intensity you had. It just the way you deliver it wasn't that.
Well, also the mic quality kind of fucked over my delivery too, because somebody pointed out you got like a lot of hisses, like so my S's like are
like Eminem, flavor no seasoning.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it though. That's the end of the podcast essentially. Unless you want to talk more shit about people, but I don't think you're gonna be on here for 3 hours.
If you give me somebody to talk to, I can give my opinion on them, but. I personally don't have anything else particularly.
But yeah, before this ends again, Kevin, listen to this podcast. Make a diss track on me. Come on, test it out. Test your suicide note, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, I want you. And Kevin, if you're listening to this, which you probably aren't because you didn't even watch, or you he literally bragged about not watching my video. Well, in his response video to that video, he's a fucking dumbass. But
I'm purposely gonna name him. I'm gonna name drop him in the title of this fucking video. So,
if Kevin's watching this, I'll just say,
just let Bash handle it.
Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, leave him. Don't talk. Don't think of Timo. Think of me now. Come after me. I want your attention. I want all of your shitty attitude and all that, because I can't wait to verbally and physically fuck your mouth with my goddamn fucking 8-incher. I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna come all over you.
You're me back in January though. What I'm beef with this guy isn't worth it, because literally he'll just block you, he'll just ignore you, and then when he does respond, he'll just leave out all of the good things you said and then try to distract it with another thing. And literally the only people who follow him and listen to him are like 13-year-olds. Like this there's nothing to
but here's the difference though. Here's the thing. No, I'm black, so I think I'll be fine,
I guess. But I mean, I don't know if that really changes anything, because like for me, I'm stubborn as hell. I'm a stubborn fucking beast.
Me too.
And like I said, that's kind of what caused this whole Kevin thing, is that, you know, he tried to censor my shit and I wasn't gonna back down. And it probably hurt me in the end, but like I said, it's just not worth it, because you're not gonna get any kind of back and forth with him, because he's gonna cherry pick like one thing, take it out of context, and then not focus on anything else.
I kind of still want it. I think it'll be funny. If he doesn't respond, then I don't care. But if he does,
I'd say just go ahead and make a diss track on it. Don't wait for him to do anything. Just do what you want, because
I purposely had an idea where I was gonna do the Role Model from Eminem.
Yeah.
And I was gonna use that as the beat, and then I was gonna use as the hook. Don't you want to grow up to be just like him? I thought that was like amazing. Because then I'll just like point out a bunch of shitty things he did and make fun of him, and then and then the hook. Don't you want to grow up to be just like him? And then name off all the shitty things he done.
Yeah, I might share that if you get it done. I might link that on my Twitter.
Yeah, but I would have to be really good at it, because if I'm shitty at it, then it's gonna be bad. But
yeah, that's the thing. You can't fuck up a diss track, because if you fuck up a diss track, then you look bad.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really upset about the fact that I had to be the one to mix the Kevin one, and I'm not knocking anyone else. It's more of I couldn't like figure out how to get it done any other way before that. It was more on me, but no, I wish that I had gotten it professionally mixed, because it kind of hurt
regardless, now I have a new friend on my side, and he has a new friend on his side, because we're both two fucking stubborn, crazy, asshole, fucking insanos. So it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, we've been here for a long ass time talking our asses off, because we love to talk. It's me, BashTheOutcast. Back again on YouTube.
This is Israeli Fortnite. I don't remember the number. Go
Israelis.
Go I can't think of it.
But it's BashTheOutcast. This is Unsubscribe, aka the Fanboy Philosopher, aka Timo.
The fuckboy philosopher.
Yeah, aka Crap God, aka whatever fucking synonym he wants to use. This was the podcast. It was pretty fun. I like talking to him. I might bring him back on later down the road. Or he might be in a video. You never know. We could collab.
I like the part where the woman dropped her baby in the toilet.
Anything you want to say to any of your audience or anything before I start signing off with the last intro saying?
I have another question for you.
Oh wow! As soon as I'm about to end, okay, fine. What's up?
Yeah. When are you gonna review Revival?
I'll answer your question with a question. Do you have a girlfriend?
Fuck you.
Exactly. Anyway, show this to
your. That's a good place to end it.
Show this to your grandmother who doesn't know how to use a computer, which is sad. You really need a teacher. What are you, a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
Bash, Timo, and we out.
Unsubscribe to bitch.
And we out. Peace.
Peace.